And welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet Clank Going Commando! When we last left off, we had went to Dano to go find Mr. Fizzwidget, who, surprise, surprise, wasn't there. However, it wasn't all for nothing, because as we were investigating the weapons facility interior, we came across an employee who'd trade us the armor magnetizer for a quark collectible. Then after that exchange, we continued on exploring the rest of the place, which allowed us to net ourselves the Sheepinator. Then from there, we had gone to search the rocket silo, where we had stumbled onto a telescreen, which our new thieving friend Angela Cross had used to give Ratchet and Clank the news that Megacorp intends to sell the experiment across Bogon as a pet! And at Clank's insistence on finding Mr. Fizzwidget, Angela had reluctantly given us the coordinates to Boldan, which I won't be going to this video, because I have a change in plans, because we're going to be going to do some things that I was planning to hold off for a lot longer, but you know what, might as well get them all done and out of the way so I don't have to worry about it anymore and not procrastinate about it probably. And you know, something else that I should tell you is that I had accidentally discovered that the R1 and L1 buttons can be used to change the map selection to which planet that you want to go to. And of course, I went through to Dano a second time and I now have a lot of bolts. And I also managed to get the Sheepinator quite a good amount of experience, and let's just get this guy away. Whoa! Holy crap! They actually managed to tank that huge amount of lightning to the face. Though technically it's plasma, but yeah, whatever. Big whoop! Same difference. Bled, bled, bled. Okay. Right, now, let's just go over here and get this party started so we can just get the cleanup crew to come around and whatnot, because there's going to be a whole lot of scrap heap flying, because, yep, I'm going to be going to the races. Oh, boy. And, of course, I am a little bit nervous because I intend to do all this in one go. And, of course, I will be using post-commentary for all this. Anyways, time to go ahead and select the intermediate circuit, with the main course open, weapons and turbos available, and all turrets are now active. Which, oh boy. Anyways, time to get a move on! And away we go with this track, which you'll find out soon enough is not that much different when compared to the first circuit that we had to deal in the Joba raceways in order to obtain the charge boots. Though, of course, the only difference with this joyride is the fact is there are multiple turrets that we have to deal with instead of the singular one that we had a rather easy time dodging. And how many of them are there, you may ask? Well, there is not one, not two, but 3 turrets to contend with on this circuit. Which may be an issue if you're going at high speeds, but if you take it easy and hope to God that the mines don't corner you, then you should be alright. And of course, if a racer happens to pass you by, you know what to do. Blast him with whatever weapon you happen to grab along the way. And, well, that's all there is to this course. Yeah, shit. And you know how I said these doors were evil before? Well, there's your proof. And that was a pretty good save, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I took my own horn at that. And there you get to see the track that was hidden by the left door in the first circuit. Yeah, I get to show that off. And, of course, my reaction to that save was, oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe. And that's what I meant about getting cornered right there. You know, I'm really glad that I managed to catch that near catastrophe on camera, because I don't think I would ever be able to replicate that ever again. Neither do I want to, because oh my god, that was hair-raising. Just, oh my neck, the hairs on my neck were standing on end. There we go, on the third course. Yeah, this track is honestly kind of boring. There's not much else that I can really show off, except for this clip here of where I go ahead and take the lower path just to show it off for completion's sake. And as you can see, it's a little bit longer, and there is a weapon pickup that you can grab. Though, I honestly prefer the high path because it's a lot shorter, and of course, since I never shown that off before, it would be a good time as any. considering I never saw that path, yeah, that was a new experience, I gotta say. Though, one thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to keep going, because if you stop, even for a split second on that jump, you may end up in the drink below. But yeah, that's all I got to say, as we are now finished. Whew! That race could have gotten a lot worse, because holy crap, that first lap was way too close of a call. Oh, jeez. But yep, there we go. That's that one done. Now it's time to get on to the third challenge, the Joba circuit, with all routes open, weapons and turbos available, and all turrets active. And time to pretty much get this going, because I got not much else to say, and post-commentary, you know what to do. Now that we can participate in the third circuit on planet Joba, we can finally make use of all the shortcuts that were otherwise inaccessible to us in the previous two races, which you can see in the upper right corner of the screen. And in order to access the first shortcut, you have to turn right here. When you go through this tunnel, make sure to slow down a bit, not just because of the turbo pickup, but for the nanotech boost that's stashed away here, which is pretty fantastic. But what's also fantastic about this shortcut is that it allows you to completely bypass all of the turrets, therefore making this race a breeze. And I think in order to access this particular shortcut, you need turbo, possibly? Though I'm not 100% sure on that, and I don't wish to test it out. Yeah, no thank you. However, the thing is about this particular race is that there is a new challenge that you have to deal with, though it isn't too big of a deal. And would you believe that challenge is the walls to the shortcut here? Because you may have noticed that I bumped into that wall right there. Well, you can sometimes get caught up on that particular wall and lose out on your turbo meter. And of course, you may have noticed how narrow the tunnel is at the start, which can be a little bit of an issue when you're going at full speeds, which is why I usually, well, pretty much almost always, like to take it slow. One last thing that I should mention is that the racers almost never make use of that shortcut, oddly enough, which you'd think they would. But the thing is, there is a way for you to forcibly push them into this particular shortcut, though you have to wait for the stars to line, and by stars, I mean racers, which can be slightly amusing, though, of course, you would actually possibly give yourself some competition in this race. But if they happen to be in that shortcut, just blast them. There's no way about it. And also, yeah, that was a pretty pathetic shockwave. But anyways, that's enough for me, as we are now finished. Alright, and we just got a skill point right there called How Fast Was That? And you, of course, obtain it by beating a course under 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Yeah. Don't crash there, Ratchet. Jeez. Alright, and now, you know what that means. After the third course, it is time for the assault circuit. All routes open, weapons and turbos available, all turrets active, and racers now attack Ratchet. However, this one, unlike the Barlow circuits, the Barlow assault circuit, this one isn't as bad. However, thank goodness for that. But anyways, time to get going. Now, why do I say that the Joba assault circuit isn't as bad as the Barlow assault circuit? Well, if you play your cards right, and you're lucky enough at the start, you may almost never experience any of the racers attacking you. And that's partially due to the fact that, well, this shortcut here will allow us to pull way ahead of the pack. And speaking of pulling ahead, the racer in last place had made the smart decision to make use of this shortcut, though maybe he should have outfitted his hover bike with the capability of being able to utilize all these turbo pickups. Maybe he actually does, and we're just grabbing them all before he can. Well, it's his loss in our game. If he did have some turbo, maybe he would have pulled ahead a few more spots than he did there in the upper right corner of the map if you were paying attention. But, of course, I should remind you not to pull too far ahead, because if you lap any of the other racers, you are going to be opening yourself up to attacks. But if you happen to see them, of course, just hit them with whatever weapon you have, and if you happen to pull ahead of them, hopefully you'll have a shield at that point. Though you may not ever have the need of any of those things, because this particular circuit more or less plays out like the last one if you are doing what I'm doing here. Yeah, kind of a shame. And actually, no, it's not much of a shame, because really, I honestly am not too fond of these races, so the more easier they are, the better it is. Though, I still hate these freaking doors, because, as you can see there, they are, at times, random. I would freaking tear those things off their tracks if I could, and I would absolutely chew out whoever decided that was a good idea. Freaking whatever Megacorp employee thought that was... Ooh, I'd have some words. But as you can see here, there is sometimes where you may end up getting caught up with the racers in the back regardless, but thankfully I was able to pull out of the range. But that's not too much of a worry, because we are now done. Alright, one race down, one more to go, and that of course is the expert circuit, which pretty much has everything that was in the last one, and of course I will be speeding this one up because it's pretty much more or less exactly the same as the assault circuit. So, away we go. Okay, final race start! Let's get this show over with, because not much really happens, except near the start where I managed to accidentally give myself some competition by pushing this racer into the shortcut. And as you can see, he's quite the slippery devil, though, spoilers, he doesn't last in first place for very long, because of course I do manage to pull ahead. And around here, get a mildly amusing failed exchange of rockets right there. And then right around here is the last time I ever get attacked, and I got to say this now just to pose the question, is that maybe racers on the expert circuits are meant to be a little bit more aggressive than they are on the assault circuits. And one other thing that I would like to mention is that something that I know that happens at least on the HD collection is that sometimes Ratchet will have only his cap on instead of the biker helmet, which you'd think you would want to have so he can have that little bit of extra protection. And speaking of extra protection, you may notice that Ratchet has the Commandos Suit on, which is something I never noticed, just like how I never noticed that Ratchet had crashed into the door once and didn't explode while on the race results. And the reason I slowed it down here is because, yeah, a racer got caught on a tree, which is rather hilarious and a great way to end off this race, which we are about to do right now. And I have done it! All 4 races in a single go! And you know, yeah, I did do a little bit of practicing, so that's why it wasn't as bad. But yep, there we go. Finally can put all these behind us. And now for the rewards that you can get after the second go on each race, it goes to 400, 400, 700, 750, and 950. Or, wait, no, 900. Sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, you don't really need to bother doing that, and look at that, 23,000. Oh, wow. That's quite a whole heck of a lot of bolts. That's all it's worth it. Yes, we're gonna go ahead and finally go off and do the next thing. And don't fall in the pit now, Ratchet. That would be pretty bad. But Clank's got you back. Yeah, those races, whew. I just really was making a mountain out of a molehill before. Ooh, just in my brain, I was just like going over like, oh crap, am I going to screw this up or something like that? But nope, I honestly just couldn't ask for anything better. And look at that, almost 100k. Now it's time to go ahead and do the second thing, which is, oh yeah, that's right there. See, told you. Sorry, I'm just kind of screwing around, just like trying to get myself all nice and calm and whatnot, but you know, okay, time to just get on with it, because, well, I'm actually not too, oh crap, I forgot some bolts. Yeah, I'm not too fussed up about this one, which is pretty surprising. But anyways, here we are back at the Rugus Cloud! Actually, I tell a lie, because my legs were shaking after all that racing, so I did take a bit of a break, though unfortunately it turned into a long break, which isn't helpful in me getting back on my uploading schedule, because if I'm all lazy and whatnot, This Let's Play will never be able to continue on, and this video is just going to be delayed as all hell, isn't it? Though considering the fact that I have to do post-commentary, delays would have been an inevitability. But enough talk. Time to deal with Challenge 2, which is to take out the Saboteurs. Saboteurs have attacked the disposal facility and are destroying its power generators. Stop them before they take them all out. And if you couldn't tell by this text, it is indeed a protection mission, which I am not too big on. And of course, as you can see in the lower left corner of the screen, you can see how many Saboteurs and power receptors are left. Now, of course, the best... Whoa. Yeah, you can... One of the best ways to deal with these guys is to, if you don't have the fast lock-on missiles, that is, just use one missile and then just finish them off with the lasers. Because that way you'll get more of them down. Because using two missiles on a single Saboteur is not very efficient. But of course, if you can get some ammo drops, that would be rather helpful. And, oh boy, yeah, these guys gang up on a receptor, it's gonna go down. Hey, get over here, punk! What do you think you're doing? Oh, okay, that guy was stuck. Oh god, those generators are going down. And what is the problem with these guys? Seriously, is this supposed to be some kind of statement? I don't know. I don't care. Let's just get rid of these hooligans! Hoodlums! Oh god. Oh. Down to 10 receptors. Now, that's not good. Yeah, sometimes this can get very close. And of course, considering the fact that they're not chasing you, it is a little bit tricky to keep track of them. Ugh. May have said that before, but oh well. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, there we go. Sometimes the mines can help out. Oh, this is getting tricky. Look at that. Come on. Stop that. Rude. There we go. Gotcha. Oh, there is another one. Come on, your tails. Go. 5 more to go. You know what? This is actually a lot easier. But oh god, that's gotta be disorienting. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, this level is pretty bad for that. Oh, let's see. Where are you? Also, stop firing the lasers constantly like that. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, come on. And once you... Stop! Where are you going? And once they get... Oh, geez, that's... Not good. Not good. Not good. Where are you? Too bad I don't have any missiles dropping, because it does help. Missiles! Yes! Speak of the devil! Where are you? Come on. Yeah, now it's time to actually go ahead and take them all out with just copious amounts of missiles. Where are you? Oh, come on. There we go. One more. There we go. And here's the last one. And Bob's your uncle. Whew, that was quite a... That one almost really went south. Well, it did kind of go south near the end there because I was down to 2 receptors. Holy cow. And now we got to go ahead and destroy the Berserk repair drones. A virus has infected the repair drones, and they've gone berserk. Destroy them before your ship gets torn apart by their lasers. For 10,000 bolts. Yeah, the last one was 9,000. Kind of forgot to read that. Oh, well. Now, kind of want to bust out the torpedoes for this one, because these guys die in a single hit with the torpedo to the face. You gotta be careful because, oh boy, they can, if you're not careful, they will just rip you apart with their lasers. You've got to deal with 30 of them. Now, oh, thank you. As you saw there, the torpedo can sometimes take out multiples in a single go. If you can get them bunched up, that is. By the way, you can just hold down the L1 and R1 to do continuous barrel rolls. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Oh, there we go. See, look at that. Torpedoes are definitely pretty handy there. Well, if I had the fast lock-on missiles, this probably... Oh, dang it. Probably could have gotten 2 of them there. Yeah, this probably would have gotten pretty fast. Especially considering the fact that if I had them in the last mission, I would have had the ability to just instantly take out a single saboteur in a single shot, but we were able to deal with them quickly. Now, thankfully, the mines these guys don't make such big amount of, or a lot of noise. What am I going on? What are these guys on? Computer virus, that's what. And don't hit them directly, please. Come on, that's not what the mines are for. Yeah, what the hell is the noise that they're making? I would like them to show... Oh, wow. Friggin'... This ain't bumper cars, you know. Friggin' whack. Oh, jeez. Hey! Stop that. Oh, you like some mines? Here, have some more. Tasty treats for all! Not the way to do. It would be nice if they could drop some mines and torpedoes. Simply so I could show off the... Simply show... Wow. I'm just at a loss for words, aren't I? Then again, when am I not? And there's a partial shield. That would have been nice earlier, but nope. And really, I would like some... show off the mine and torpedo drops. I don't think I've ever seen the torpedo drops before, but there we go. It's all the Berserk drones dealt with. Which is rather nice, because we now earn 10,000 bolts for our troubles. Alright, now it's time to go on to Challenge 4, which is to race through the disposal facility! Ugh, sorry, a little out of breath. Ace Bunyan, one of the galaxy's premier space racers, has challenged you to race through the disposal facility. And of course, considering this is a race, gonna need to swap out the controllers, because, you know, I don't know, they're just not. For some reason, one is just too loose for this. I don't know what to do or how to deal with that. Now, the reward is 11,000 bolts. However, before I start this race for real, I want to show off a little funny feature that this race has. And that is, if you miss a ring, it stays there. Now, we're going to be doing this live. And Bunyan isn't too big of a deal in this race, because if you use almost all of your boost at the race, you are going to leave him behind. Now, this race, of course, is a little bit tricky. There are some areas where there's like some pretty tight corners and there's a load of them, which I don't like. And of course, you're going to hear the clacking of my controller, because the fact is that I'm not doing this post-commentary. Yeah, try and lessen the amount of times needed to do post, because enough of that stuff. Okay, there we go. This race isn't too bad. Oh yeah, one thing you gotta be careful is, like, yeah, this one is a little bit tricky, because where's the other ring? Right there it is. Yeah, you gotta be careful on letting these rings stack up, because of course it can sort of lag if there are too many are left on screen. Just like with the disposal facility when I was dealing with the saboteurs. Oh god, didn't see the rings there. Also, by the way, flash warning up ahead. In 3, 2, 1, flash. And there we go, we got the Platinum Bolt. And 1 minute, 27 seconds. Usually it takes me a little bit less or whatnot, but there you go. That actually wasn't too bad. I gotta say, wow, I managed to do all that live. Freaking sweet. But there you go. All this is done, and of course I am going to cut it here, but of course I am going to but before I do anything like that, I just need to calm down, collect my thoughts, and of course tell you the rewards that you can get for doing these challenges after a second time. And let's see. For this one, it is 900. For this one, it is 1,000. For this one, it is 1,100. And this one is 1,200. And as I was going to say after finishing the Joba races before I got distracted, is that you don't really need to do any of these things. You don't really need to do them twice if you use Joba to farm, but if you prefer not to and you want to just use these, go right ahead. And you know what? Thought I'd just go ahead and sorry, I'm just a little bit thinking what I should do. You know what I should do? I think I shall go ahead and mention that I will possibly be doing quite a bit of grinding or something later on. And, well, now's a good time as any to end the part right here. So, I've been the NorthernStarDragon, and I shall see you in the next video.